Well, happy Thursday night. This is a special edition of Cargo Trailer Update because, well, I got sick with COVID 3 days ago. And I've been laying in bed a lot. And laying in bed is like starting to make me feel even more horrible. So I decided I would come out and finish some of the trim on the shower, which has been kind of hard to do. Sealing up the holes where the ports came through. I pretty much just used silicone, but these didn't fit on super tight, so I put silicone behind them, and then I used like Loctite shower and bath around the outside edges once the silicone sealed. This one didn't really want to sit super flush. I think maybe there's a small bow in the FRP. So I just put more sealant and then put something to brace it here and clamped it, hoping that with enough dry time and maybe a few more coats of that Loctite shower and bath, that I can get this to sit correctly without, tearing out the whole wall or doing some other kind of strange modification. And then I got to thinking, okay, what are we going to do with this floor? So my idea is I have to start from the bottom and work my way up because that's the way waterproofing works. So I want to use this same flooring, but I want the boards to turn this way. And I will put another threshold / transition piece here. And I'll just change the direction of the floor. I have a piece of wood trim here, but I need to get rid of the wood trim and go to all PVC trim around the floor. So the plan is to paint everything with the red, all the flooring, all this, to where I have some basic waterproofing in this area because this area will get wet. Pull the toilet ring out and start... obviously I want an access panel here. So I'm going to need to border the entire access panel with PVC trim because I don't want anything to swell and shrink. And obviously it's a bathroom. Obviously this is going to get wet. So I want to put some waterproofing on all the raw wood now. And then as I build it, each layer, I'm probably going to use FRP as a kick plate down here. And then this flooring says it's waterproof, but we know that, what does that really mean? But we'll silicone in our gaps as we go in. We'll have 2 or 3 layers of waterproofing and basically just start working our way upwards to get a good water seal. And then once we get up here, we can think about what we're going to do decoratively. But right now, this is going to be a big trouble spot. This is going to be a big trouble spot, and it just needs to be, every layer I install needs to be waterproofed and bulletproofed, triple proofed. So I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to use FRP as a kick plate. I know I'm going to use this flooring. But right now I just need to clear this plane and get everything painted with the red to where I've got no raw wood under my finish pieces, which will all be PVC, trim, FRP board, the laminate flooring, which is, life-proof, waterproof, life-proof, composite flooring. And we'll just work our way upwards. And so now it's time to get to work. All right, probably a little bit of overkill here, but basically building a little waterproof landing around the toilet because, well, water will get there and we don't want rotten wood. So every layer I put in will be a layer with waterproofing, preventing water from getting to things that will create damage and cause me to have to tear this bathroom out. I don't want to tear a bathroom out. So, this is what we're doing. Okay, happy Friday afternoon. Everything's still destroyed. So, we got a little wallpaper up. We're starting to do some trim. This is going to be an access panel, but I want to box it out first with trim and then cut the panel to fit very precisely, and then find something other than screws to hold it in. Maybe some kind of like knobs or, latches or something kind of fancy looking. Still have a little more trim to do around the bottom, trim to do around the top, but we got some wallpaper up. We got some faux tiles. So a lot of people are criticizing super hard on these faux tiles. Oh, they're going to come down. They're going to fall down. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. They're super cheap, pretty easy to install. I'm lining them with some caulking. And my plan is to find a piece of trim that will cap the top and the bottom and hold the face of it in. So it's probably going to be a very custom piece of trim, or I might need to bust out the fine woodworking tools to make something. But the goal is to, here I just put trim on the top, and I feel pretty good about that. There's going to be a lot of moisture in here. So along with sealing the top and the bottom, I would also like to put a piece of trim that sits flush against the wallpaper. Boy, this COVID brain is really messing with me. And then comes out a 1/4 inch and maybe covers this by a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch and gives it a border and allows me to put some brad nails through. I've actually contemplated brad nailing straight through this stuff. I mean, it's just plastic, but I would much rather try to wrap it in something first. Ran into a lot of trouble right there. No idea what I'm going to do. Ran into some trouble there. I'm not worried about waterproofing because I've gotten many layers. Literally every product I install comes with some layer of waterproofing behind it. So we've got so many layers of defense that I'm not super worried about actual water damage or water getting into the walls or water getting into the subfloor. More worried about aesthetics. Like how do I make this look good and work? I am not a finished carpenter, but and I'm not a bathroom guy, but we're getting there. It's like piece by piece. Kind of had to make up a lot of it as I went along. I mean, I didn't even plan on putting FRP board there, but then I had something going on in the floor that required that I put some FRP there to make it look right. Now I got to put a piece of baseboard in and trim it across. Okay, sports fans, we are getting there. We are painstakingly putting in each piece of PVC trim. One of the things that's taking so long is, I literally want to caulk everything. I'm using this Loctite Marine. On some surfaces, I've used the Loctite Power Grab tub surround, but mostly when I need to be sure that I can clean it up. That Loctite Marine is what I'm putting behind, every piece of trim. Every layer I put in, I'm like, Loctite Marine. They say you can apply that stuff underwater. It is coming together, but it is a lot of work. Working on the threshold, working my way around. I mean, who would have known that this would be the COVID-19 the COVID project where, I laid in bed for 2 days straight and I just couldn't lay in bed anymore. I started tripping out on, all the horrible things that can go wrong when you have COVID. And I was like, oh, I just need to get out of here. I'm going to go out to the trailer. What a flipping blessing to have, I'm sick. I don't feel good, but whatever. I'm just doing a little tiny bit at a time, taking breaks. That is still the access door. I have 2 little brad nails holding it in place because I want the glue on the wallpaper to dry really good while the board is straight. So that it doesn't, warp or whatever. Or stretch funny or kink when I put it in if I dry it outside. So I don't know. We're just tackling it. I've still got, trim around the ceiling, door jamb trim and threshold trim. And this is pretty much, and then, gotta drill another hole for the toilet, set up that water. But that's all, that's neither here nor there. There's all cosmetic day. Having a blast, sick as hell. Thank you for watching. What an adventure. Who would have known?